Hello, welcome to episode number 7 of the Blame Game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Richard, with our other co-host, Dallas. Dallas, how are you doing?
Doing quite well, thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you, thank you. Hi, everybody.
This week we have a special guest. Finally, it's hard to get guests now since people have heard what Dallas talks about. But our good friend Antonio decided to join us this week. We are very happy to have him. Antonio, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well. How are both of you doing?
Good. Thank you.
I'm doing good because I just got back from the beach.
Yay! And you didn't take us.
Not even
I
an
would never.
invitation, Antonio.
I wouldn't take Dallas anywhere.
This I know.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't even bother mentioning it because I know not to expect an invite.
Yep.
Antonio. You should have your feelings hurt, though.
First off, let me remind everyone what the Blame Game podcast is. It's a roundtable discussion among friends on various topics. Each person will bring a topic or a question to the table for us to talk about. This can vary from video games, pop culture, movies, TV shows, what ifs, really anything that comes to mind. In this episode, we do have a special guest, so we will have 3 topics. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I will break down the topics and post them each day after the podcast goes live. So if you're interested in one specific topic, just head over to the YouTube page, which you can just search the Blame Game podcast on YouTube, and you'll find it. But also, if you are interested in being on the show, hit me up on Twitter, Blame Margo, or on the YouTube page, and hopefully we can have another guest, and maybe you can sit at the round table with us, and we can get your perspective on things. But we'll transition. It'll be a hard transition, but we'll transition to my topic this week, which is so.
Here we go.
I had a hard time. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. I had a hard time really thinking of a topic, and it just popped in my head of just close your eyes and envision that you are going to have your own dinner party, and you have to invite 4 people to your dinner party. You can invite anyone in the world. It could be celebrities. It could be people you know personally. It could be anyone. And if you had to invite 4 people, who would you invite and why? Whoever wants to go, or you can just say one guess and we can rotate it that way, whichever. However, you guys.
I think we should put your whole party. Antonio, you are the guest. Guest first, please.
Alrighty. So, since a certain someone decided on this topic literally at the last possible second, I decided
what I do.
Yes, I decided what do I want to just give me a dinner scene in any movie. And what are the most random oddball characters and that I want to see just make a scene together, kind of. And my 4 characters are Chris Pratt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Reynolds, and Jeff Dunham with one of the puppets.
Interesting choice with Dunham.
You're going more of a comedic.
Yes.
Well, Leo can go both ways. For anyone, I don't mean that in the way it sounded.
Let's tell that it is. Leo's there for the eye candy.
Yes.
As for anyone that's listened to the Blame Game podcast, we made a whole topic about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
And how we man crushed on him. So interesting. So wait, it was Chris Pratt,
Ryan Reynolds, Leonardo, and Jeff Dunham,
and then Antonio.
Yes,
this is the table I want to.
That is interesting.
I want to be the waiter. I'm not.
I just want to see. I just want to see what would happen if the 5 of us just sat down for an hour or 2 and just. I would kill to be a fly on the wall. Just.
So does Jeff Dunham? Does he have a puppet? Does he carry a puppet?
He has to have a puppet with him. He has to have one.
Which puppet? I need to know.
That's the thing. I couldn't decide because literally the last second this topic came up. So it's like it's got to be a puppet, but which one?
What if he had a puppet of Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh my god, yes.
This is getting better as we go.
I like that for.
I don't find that for at all. Very funny, like you said. It'd be some interesting conversation.
Does that mean that Jeff's hand is stuck up Leonardo's butt?
Hey,
it really does. It really does.
He's a lucky man then. I can see Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds is a really good choice.
I love freaking Ryan Reynolds.
Everyone does. Chris Pratt is interesting. I didn't think even if you're talking about like the Marvel universe, that's a very interesting pick over some of the other actors that are in it.
I've seen some of his interviews. I don't know why I've been down these YouTube rabbit holes with all these Marvel interviews. He is effing funny. Chris Pratt is freaking hilarious, dude. Off camera, off character. He's pretty damn good. I like Chris Pratt.
He is amazing, and he's gonna be Mario.
That is gonna. God help! I don't know if that's.
I need to see that just to see the chaos on Twitter from that happening.
They're gonna ruin it. All right,
that's interesting. No, you can go ahead.
All right, so my 4, and I changed this, and again, there's a time constraint here, but I changed it a few times, and I had some names, and I erased some names, and I ended up going with someone from a different walk of life, celebrities, really, but just an old guys, too. I want to hear stories from these guys. Number 1, Paul McCartney. And I almost wanted to replace Paul McCartney with Ringo Starr, and I think I might. Because Ringo Starr, I almost want to hear, he's just funnier. Ringo Starr is effing funny. So I'd probably put Ringo Starr instead of Paul. I scratched that. So, okay, Ringo Starr. Jack Nicholson. He's been around forever. He's one of the best to do it. Just, I want to hear from him, too. Damn it. The third, I wrote this down. I can't believe I
Where's your list? This. You didn't come prepared.
Bill Clinton, because another walk
of
life.
Really?
Yeah, Bill, I went to high school in Arkansas.
Would you want to ask him about any of the scandals, or would you want to keep it clean?
Yes, of course I would.
Okay. You think he's going to tell you about people?
I don't care.
No, it's not recorded. It's a dinner,
Yeah, we're just chilling.
I guess.
We'll drink.
So we're going to go Ringo Starr. We're going to go Jack Nicholson. We're going to go Bill Clinton. And finally, from the sports world, and it was really hard for me not to choose Troy Aikman, but to be fair, he just seemed boring to me. Larry Bird. I want Larry Bird at this table too. I know Larry.
I love Larry Bird.
But I want to.
Why do you go Ringo Starr over the other?
Because I want Ringo Starr because he's funnier, and I'm going to get better stories out of Ringo Starr than Paul McCartney.
He might tell the stories of the.
That's what I'm talking about. I want dirt.
Gotcha.
I want shit from Ringo. So those 4 guys, I think, would just have some of the best stories from their.
Dallas just wants story time. Gather around the campfire.
Okay, let me recap. Ringo Starr. Jack Nicholson.
Larry Bird, Bill Clinton.
Jack Nicholson seems like someone that's just going to drink, and then he's just going to.
But once he starts drinking, he's going to start. And then he's going to, with Larry Bird there, they're going to start shit talking. It's going to be great.
And once you get Bill drinking, he's going to be stealing some secrets.
Well, then he might fill up on him.
But I think that would be some interesting, story time. Those are my 4 guys.
Very.
And really quick, I said I had 2 answers. My second answer wasn't fair because there isn't enough of us. I would have chose you 2 and Booyah and Emily and Kato and
you just made it suck up now.
No, I'm not. Yeah, that's really the dinner party I want to have. And someday,
how big of a table do we have?
We should have this party. At least it does, and there's a lot of us that need to be there. But that's the dinner party I really strive to have one day, and I still say we're gonna make it happen. But anyway, Richard, take it away.
My 4 is, I bet you Dallas can pick one of mine right away.
Leonardo.
No. Surprisingly, all 3 of us we don't have anyone in common. So we can have this dinner on the same night.
Oh, sweet. Okay. How expensive is this dinner going to be, by the way?
Hey, it's not. First person, Conan O'Brien.
Huh.
Number 2 is the love of my life, Tom Brady.
Of course.
3 is my other love of my life, Kate Beckinsale. Ladies, I'm just going to throw out there. You know, I got to represent. These guys did not pick a lady in their dinner party, but I will. Even though she is hilarious, for anyone that always only watched her serious movies, her interviews are really funny. She does a lot of pranks. And then my fourth one, which is what I really struggled with finding a fourth to round out this weird pair, is I didn't want too many comedians. So I wanted Conan to feel comfortable because he can shine and, you know, we can laugh. Is my favorite director. And I went with Ridley Scott because I just want to ask about movies and just the whole idea of making movies and what got and someone into that, and especially with the level of not necessarily like inspiration, but more so of the vision of making a movie because this is very, very daunting. So that'll be my four: Conan O'Brien, Tom Brady, Kate Beckinsale, and Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott,
Really?
Mr. Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yes.
I mean, he's done much more since then, but that's
He's done a lot of movies. I don't know,
yeah.
but I would love.
Blade Runner was like a
Yeah.
breakthrough thing at its time. I don't think it got its due recognition. That was one of the best.
I mean, he did a lot. I mean, and you know, his favorite actor is, you know, our boy Leo. So Leo's done a lot of Ridley Scott movies.
That's an interesting quartet, Richard.
Yeah.
I mean, on a side subject, I can't help but say, how can his favorite director be Ridley Scott? I mean, you got Martin Scorsese, you got Quentin Tarantino.
Martin Scorsese.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Man.
You're crazy.
Oh, boy.
There's nothing better than
I have not seen a Ridley Scott movie that I did not like.
Have you seen Martin Scorsese picture you didn't like? Answer that question.
I did not get through. What is it called? What was his last one that came on Netflix? The Gangster? Irishman.
The Irishman.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't really get through Irishman. It's too long.
Yeah, but all movies are long these days.
My favorite movie that he's done is fortunately is two Leo movies: is Departed and Aviator.
Yeah, I
think that was more so Leo instead of him.
Anyway, we're branching off into. Sorry, I apologize.
We got something else, but that's my four. Just because I would love to. I love Conan. I think he's
great.
One of the best.
He's pretty good.
He's such a good host. Even though I'm supposed to be hosting, it would be natural because I think he would be able to keep the conversation going. Like there would be no dead spots, no awkwardness. Really, I can tell stories. Tom Brady, I can just stare at, and you know, Kate Beckinsale's there.
Oh, of course. These three dinner tables are really telling a lot about us right now.
Yes, they are. Argo wants to satisfy his own personal desires.
Yes.
Hey, you know,
Antonio just wants to be a fly.
I just want to see the world burn and see what happens.
And I want to get some insight from some of the most key guys in their industries.
You should have brought more presidents in there.
You just want to get drunk and people get drunk and
natural secrets. I guess during the 90s when Clinton was president, I guess you can get he might be able to spill some national secrets or world secrets.
Any president that uses Fleetwood Mac as his inaugurational song or whatever the hell it was has got my vote. I mean, come on. And he played the saxophone on Arsenio Hall.
No.
He did so much. No. And he had Monica Lewinsky blow him in the Oval Office. He did so much.
Besides the last part, I think besides like Obama, he is like I don't want a quote unquote like coolest, down to earth president.
Yeah.
He was on MTV.
Besides now, Obama's
he was even in Beavis and Butthead.
Surpassed him.
He's still cool. Obama's still cool.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's really cool. That's what my next story or my next like side question would be if you had to pick anyone from history. If you can pick one person from history to be there, if you could,
that isn't
if
here.
You guys had someone.
That was part of my question. I because I answered it myself. I knew it had to be people that were alive. So you're telling us if we could bring one, your
If you could
question.
bring one person that you would be interested in just not even if it's dinner or even just asking them questions. Mine is very on the nose and very
Nostradamus.
easy. You want to know if he actually predicted stuff or if he's just
I want a
Oh,
lot of
but-
questions for that motherfucker.
or if it's
Oh boy.
something like that would be cool, especially from
Huh.
that long ago. I would just want to know how the world was.
And
But-
that is we
Hmm.
just go back in time. That's my time travel power from another episode.
That was not a good superpower. That was the shittiest superpower.
You're gonna
If you
destroy
have any
everything.
superpower, if you have any superpower, what would you want? I would like to time travel, but I can't change anything. Like what? What kind of
What's the
superpower is that?
point?
To travel and see, like Richard said, he wants to see how the world was back then.
No, I want
Just
to
watch
ask.
a movie, read a book.
I'll ask.
Some things you can't see. You have
That
to
is true.
experience. You have to experience it yourself. Yeah.
Oh.
Mine would be George Washington.
Ah.
But that's a little on the nose.
Typical.
It is very typical. If I had to pick anyone just
Typical of a
current that I didn't pick,
patriot
my fifth. If we could have invited a fifth person, it would have been Obama.
No, not me. Not. I mean,
Well, you don't have to be yours. We didn't pick anyone same.
Clinton.
It would have been really on the nose if we all picked
Clinton's
Leonardo.
Yeah,
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
that would have been amazing.
I did not have Leo on my list though.
Love you,
unfortunately.
Leo.
I know. Maybe it's because I don't want him for dinner. I want him for dessert.
Oh my god.
All right. On that note, we'll end it that. We need to end it because I'm going to go way too far.
We need a drink, and that's a hard transition to the last one.
So we'll wrap that one up now and just throw that one probably in the trash. But we'll wrap up with